Hey y'all, welcome to Off the Beaten Path. My name is Kush.
My name is Breezy. On our podcast, we explore the great outdoors and the Second Amendment with a blend of culture,
comedy, and conversation. And oh yeah,
come back to me.
ladies and gentlemen,
Gentlemen,
America,
ladies,
all over the world listening in. Thanks for all the downloads.
Hey, America.
Yeah, we're here at NRA 2026 in Houston.
H-Town, hold it
down. And today we have an amazing guest. Gabby, I would introduce you, but I mean, you introduce yourself because you're all around amazing.
Yep.
You have an amazing story. Let the people know about yourself.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm having a blast on the show and
awesome.
Got to see you guys and have fun here.
Likewise, yeah.
So for those of you who don't know me and have for the first time heard about me, I was born and raised in Venezuela, where I practiced shooting. Yeah, most people don't even know that shooting was a thing in Venezuela, but it was. And I started since I was like 11 years old in Olympic shooting. Wow. So I shot air pistol, sport pistol, precision shooting. And it's funny because most people think that, you know, I just fell in love with the guns.
Yeah.
But it was actually the challenge. I was like, okay, I don't have to move. The target doesn't move. This is easy peasy, shooting at that bullseye. And every time I try, I failed. And I was like, every pellet, I'm going to try it again. And I fell in love with that. I went to the Olympics. That passion, if you will, determination, got me to classify to go to the Olympic Games in Sydney. I was the first woman, Venezuelan female shooter.
Let's go. We need some applause.
You can't hear it. But there's like DJ horns going.
Yeah. Applause. The crowd's going crazy.
So I went to the Olympic Games, and then in 2002, I decided to come to the United States against the will of everybody in my
family,
in Venezuela. As a young woman, I saw so many things going on in Venezuela. I decided to move, and one thing led to another.
And here you are.
It's a long story, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. We're here for it. I love it. There's so many layers to it already.
And it's a great story because the first time we actually met you was last year at She Never Quit for the WOMA.
Yes, correct.
During that year, me and Erica have been talking because she knows the mission of our agency and with our podcast. She's like, you need to interview Gabby Franco. I was like, I will. It has to be the time is right. I don't want to I'm sure she's busy. And then I've been following you on LinkedIn for the last year, and I know you've been in school.
Yes.
Congratulations.
You've been crushing it. Yeah, right? I was just saying that to her.
It was an interesting thing. You know, I graduated high school in Venezuela. I went to the university in Venezuela. I was studying civil engineering. So, I liked math, physics, calculus, and all that stuff. But then I decided to come to the United States, and I left a lot of things behind. Yeah. So there's a gap of almost 20 years on my higher education.
Wow.
And in 2018, after I had my son, I realized that, yes, I could talk in English about guns 3 days in a row nonstop. Yeah. But that's it. I did not have the vocabulary and the way to speak fluently about other subjects. And I was like, there's so much to me. Then, I love the firearms industry, but I'm not just this, right? Yeah. And so I went back to do my bachelor's, and I remember signing up for my bachelor's, and the guy on the orders, the advisor.
Yep.
And, wow, you're doing this, blah, blah, blah. And I said, yeah, and I'm going to graduate 4.0. And he's like, well, that's you haven't even started. You don't even know what you're going to get into it. I ended up graduating with the honors program, 3.98.
Yeah, hold on. Horns.
Yeah, horns. Yeah, applause. Maybe some bells in there.
And then after that, I decided to go to my master's in sports and performance psychology.
That's awesome.
And it's one of those things that I said, I'm thankful I've been doing it. It's been very hard.
Yeah.
With my master's was like harder than I thought it was going to be. But I'm so excited that I was able to do it. And one thing I tell my husband, even if I don't do anything with it, even if I don't do anything with it, imagine that career disappears from the world. Okay, I would say all those years of knowledge, learning about research, learning to think critically,
critical thinking.
Even though most people will argue, they're in school and universities, they're gonna convert you.
Yeah,
and being liberal and all that stuff. to me, it was a little bit different because I had lived in the world.
Yeah. Exactly.
I was a grown-up
you
woman.
had that gap. Right.
Like,
You're
I was
going back
like-
to that. Yeah.
I was not afraid to tell my teachers, no, this is what I believe and this is what it is. But so a lot of happened, and I'm just
Go ahead.
That's funny because I have not said this on a public platform at all. I've been quiet about it. I graduate with my AA and then I go to my bachelor's. AA in
Yeah. Let's go.
next
Give
month.
him- give me a
But that was one of the things. I was the only adult my age in most of my classes, and for I'm in school for business, so a lot of our critical thinking classes are usually math based.
Yeah.
Right. And so, but one of the papers I wrote was about the importance of the Second Amendment.
whoa.
So it was a very touchy subject, but we did it.
Yeah.
And the most important thing is that, like, it's the cool thing about higher education is you present the information.
Yes.
And then the person reading decides, where did I get this information from? Where is it back? And then it's for us, the people who are writing it, make sure our citing is correct. And I think that's what's really cool about higher education, because especially for us, I come from immigrant parents in Peru. For us, higher education is everything.
Yeah.
For me, I graduated high school and I was like, I'm not going never going back. But my wife has her master's, and then, the last 20 years I've been in marketing. He and I have owned a business for the last 10 years. Yeah, 10 years. And so it's like, what's next? I constantly want to improve myself. Self-development is really big for me. So I say that to say, hats off.
Hats off. Yeah.
Love it.
Grow, learn. Yeah, I love that. I love hearing that. I want to go back also because, and correct me if I'm wrong, because like you said, you are from Peru, and you talk a lot about Central and South America, that pretty much
sentado.
the
Aguadito. What is that? Aguadito. I forgot the name, but
I don't know that.
I love Peruvian food.
Yeah, un poquito. Sorry. No.
Él sabe propina.
Filipina. So, and this is just from these conversations, from hearing him, I know the perspective on firearms for the most part down there is like bad guys and police.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, like, how, as an 11-year-old, what was your perspective on firearms, and how were you introduced to it so young? And it sounds like in a neutral position, you didn't think one way or the other. You're just like, oh, that's a gun. I want to figure out how to use it. So I'm wondering how that happened.
Well, my dad was the one who brought us to the range after in Venezuela back in the time, people were allowed to have a concealed carry license. Yeah. So he had to do a lot of hurdles and stuff.
Really?
And one of those things included a shooting class, which is not surprising, which is great, right? So when he went to the range, he saw a bunch of kids, and they learned that they had an Olympic junior shooting team. Wow. And so it was a sport. And my dad was like, I have 3 girls at home.
Oh, not yeah.
So the 3 of us.
Shout out our girl dads. Let's go.
So my older sister started it, and she's 4 years older than me. And so my dad did not let my younger sister and I start, if you will. We were only doing dry firing. And I was like, hello, come on, my older sister always doing the fun stuff. So I think that also spiked the motivation to do what my older sister was doing and doing the fun thing. But it's just one of those things that I fell in love with, the discipline of trying to do your best. Just not necessarily giving up on it, but understanding how your mind goes, like your mind deviates. In Olympic shooting, you have to be very, very centered and focused on what you need to do.
Yeah.
So as an 11-year-old, I did had some people when we used to go to competitions, like especially we used to have like how you call it, like an Olympic games within the country, but juniors. So the different sports, every state competing against every state. And I do remember people would say, when I say, oh yeah, I'm a shooter, oh, don't kill me and stuff like that. And you're like, come on. I'm like, I'm 12, I'm 13, that wasn't even crossed my mind. But to your point, there was a lot of those things, a lot of that thinking, but that never bothered me, if you will, to the point that, I'm not going to do it anymore because they think I'm going to be a bad person or anything like that. But I think that has to do with my parents' education and in this sense,
we talk about that a lot. Passing along this information, knowledge is power.
Yeah.
And and this is the irony thing. for those of you may not have heard about this person, but Gustavo Dudamel, he's a famous director in the symphony, California Symphony, and he's traveled all over the world. He's a very, very
I
famous.
just shared some of his stuff on my Instagram.
You did?
Oh, I love him. Yeah.
We studied together in the same classroom.
No way.
Yes.
Wow.
And so this is the thing. This is the interesting thing that he used to travel a lot as a violinist. That's what he used to do in his youth. Was he was training to be a director. He's a brain. Okay.
Oh
In
yeah.
music.
Yeah. Most of those guys are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yes. And I was the athlete, the shooter. And oftentimes we'll go in the high school and they will celebrate both of us.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly for the same time or maybe separately whenever he was always very absent constantly, right? But I would be traveling and stuff. And it always strikes me that we're here two individuals who did their best in their activity.
Respective field. Yeah.
You know, with their tools that they were using. And back then, nobody saw me less than him because I was using a firearm. They were praising what I was doing with it, right? You can do horrible things with music, you know,
Yeah.
that put people
Sure.
in a very bad mindset.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you can do great things with it. So the same thing with my air pistol in my 22 air
Same thing with
sport
the-
pistol.
Yeah.
We were both praised in the same school. We studied together. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I know. We can drop.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
There's,
lot
I
of
have so
those.
many questions. I
Go
know.
ahead, go ahead.
Well, I'd love to know. I know we're jumping around about your Olympic experience. How was that?
It was surreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say that, you know, from the moment I earned my spot to go to the Olympic Games, which was in the Pan American Games in 1999, to the Olympic Games, it felt like, you know, those things that you're saying, I don't want to think about it until it happens.
Yeah.
Because so many things you get stressed out of if you get injured, if you get sick,
Sure.
or every time you get sick, you cannot take medication and stuff like that. So going to there was,
Think about that.
yeah.
Yo, that I didn't even
Think about it.
Yes, most people think, "Oh yeah, you're done." And no, you have to take care of yourself.
It's so strict, right?
Yes, and especially on us in shooting because our doping is not to hype us up.
Yeah.
It's actually beta blockers and stuff like that, and many of the medication that you use, you know, for allergy, for other things,
Slows you
that
down.
it slows you down, and so those are
Yep,
why.
yep.
And so those are the things that you're not supposed to take. So once I passed that hurdle. I mean, I thought I was in cloud nine. I was
Yeah.
extremely nervous.
Yeah.
Extremely nervous. There were politics going on behind the scenes that could be a story for a whole different episode. There were politics involved because now, you know, they have spots to go to the Olympic Games after Venezuela didn't had an Olympian for like 30 years.
Yeah.
And then my teammate and I
Are
were
there.
after that we were able to do it. So anyways, it was a lot, but I had so much wonderful memories just
That's
going
amazing.
to the stadiums
That's
from
beautiful.
stadium. I even have an original brand new ticket, like an entry. That
you
I
still have it?
Oh yes, I do.
yeah.
Awesome.
We had, I think it was Coca-Cola. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
Yeah.
Coca-Cola. So they gave us a coin. And I had it, you know, in front of my credential. And I would go to any vending machine. I put my coin, get my drink, and get my coin back.
Oh,
Back to my pouch. That's one.
You're like, I made it.
Hey, it was like
see
the
this coin?
lottery, okay?
Yeah.
You can have any drink, anything, anywhere. You
Have you
get
tried
that.
it to see if it still works?
Right?
Oh, lifetime. Let's go.
Our credential, everywhere we went, people were like,
Yeah.
you know, it was like we were like superheroes or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, that's
Sydney,
amazing.
Australia was amazing. So we had like, I imagine like a compound, like a
Yeah.
villa.
Yeah.
And there we even have I don't know why, but we have florists. We had a nightclub. We had like a whole room
Yeah,
for
big
video
presentation.
games
Yeah.
and games. I mean, it was surreal. It was
Yeah.
I was nerve-wracking for me, the
Yeah.
competition.
Yeah.
When's the last time you were at the Olympics? Was it that time?
Sydney
Yeah.
2000,
Okay.
yes.
Wow. So, wow. That's. We're in
I can't.
2026.
That's amazing. It doesn't seem like that long ago.
No,
Really, it
no,
doesn't. Not 26 years
Quarter
ago.
of a century.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question about your education,
Yes.
how, first of all, I've said it already 2 or 3 times. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How does that feed your career now? Because you said sports and psychology.
Sport performance and performance psychology. Yes.
How does that feed your career now?
So let me backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
I started my bachelor's in marketing.
Yep.
And then, after I had one class I wanted to take in psychology, because marketing has a lot of psychology, so you have some psychology classes. I was hooked. It brought me back to what I learned, what the coaches, my coaches, and everything when I was a high performance athlete, and so I changed to psychology.
Yeah.
And so that alone helped me a lot understanding behavior.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I see people, it's not like I'm analyzing you, although I am.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. As soon as you said psychology, I'm like,
I do that all day.
Yeah,
I'm constantly analyzing.
So, there's a lot of nuances to it. It's not like I'm going to say, know everything, right? But it helped me a lot as a firearms instructor.
Sure.
Okay? It helped me a lot in understanding.
Yeah.
Instead of, you are just anticipating. I'm like, there's more to it. Let's go into the nitty gritty. And it was, boom, magic. I even used psychology on my son. I was like doing my bachelor's. Classical conditioning and this stuff. I'm like, okay, hey, let's tell something to myself. I was like, it works.
Yeah, right.
It's funny when my wife does the psychology on me. I'm like, what?
Well, go ahead. I was going to say, I just want to give you your flowers because we saw it firsthand at the She Never Quit.
Yeah.
Like you were amazing the way you handled everyone. It's so different. It was unbelievable to see firsthand.
It puts you in a different perspective, not just what I want. I need to meet my students where they're at.
Come on now. There it is.
That's going to be the quote.
Yeah.
For this episode, I need to meet my students where they're at.
Yes.
And you can literally see it happening.
Yeah.
In
real time.
Yeah, in real time as the next.
They were like, whoa, this is happening. It is. Awesome. Their eyes opened up and stuff. And of course, we didn't have much time to really cement those things. Sometimes I hope that sentiment and that understanding carries on. Right. But how many times happened to you that you understand something, you go, wow, this is my
that
guy
thing
now.
Clicks.
And then
light switch.
Time passed and you're like, what was that again? How did that happen? Right. So sports psychology is a deep diving into that. Now I'm using applied strategies to help individuals. Now, the beautiful thing about sports psychology, because with a bachelor's in psychology doesn't lead me to anything. You need to have something else, like a license, something. There's nothing with just a bachelor's. So I did my bachelor's and my master's in this degree because it allows me to work on the field that I love, but it gives me a lot of latitude. You see, a counselor can only work on one area.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't. I can work with CEOs. I can work with corporation. I can work with team building. I can work with athletes. I can work with a public speaking individual. And so it gave me that latitude to talk to and work with a lot of different people.
That's awesome.
And, in psychology, I see in the big scheme of things, I see the big chunk that we talk about all the time is mental health, and those individuals are extremely important in our society. I see them as those who take people from the darkness or try to from the darkness, right? Mental health and all that stuff. And my field is very tiny. Most people don't even know exist.
Yeah.
And the way I see my field is that we push people to greatness.
Yeah. Wow.
You see, we instead of course, there are things that if I'm not clinical psychologist, so there are things I have to say, I need to refer you or something. But for most things, hey, we have all been sad at one point.
The same education.
Right. And so it's transform that thinking, transform those feelings, and give them the shift that you need to see so you can okay, I understand that. I can move forward.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Man, hold on.
There it is.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. I love these conversations, though. That's a great point. We were just talking earlier, about mental health, and I love that aspect of it. Like we said, I think it's like you said, shifting your perspective, right?
Yeah, it is.
Even that little bit can help you. Oh, like you said, you make this this you give power to something, right? Negative or positive.
Yes.
And you can turn it into something that's
inflate it.
right, inflate it.
Ballooning.
Yeah, and you might just have to look through a different lens.
Or even pop it. So it doesn't exist. Yeah. And I can't even imagine what that looks like for Olympians. And you're a former Olympian, but even on the, like, when you're training people, we had Lanny Oakley
Yeah.
on last season, and she was talking to us because she has photographic memory.
Yeah.
And I was like, do you use that to your advantage? She goes, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think about, typically when I think about sports, I think about like agility and talent. I don't think about the mental side of how can, I'm sure there's, because remember, people said LeBron and Michael Jordan, both
Tiger Woods too. Look at his dad. Yeah.
The game before it's even being played.
Yeah.
And so that level of thinking is amazing. And to know that I like what you said. You elevate them to their
It has to be on their terms. You know, there's it's a sweet spot. You can be so great in everything, you get burned out.
Yeah.
You know, and look, I read an article from Michael Phelps not too long ago, I think a month ago, that he said that he prohibits his children to go into swimming.
Really?
Right. Because he went so into it, not only him,
pushed so
but
hard.
the push that he received without the support he needed. Like, there's a balance. And I think that's the part that we missed in the world nowadays, especially, I think more here in the United States, where the thriving is so ingrained that you have to make it, you know, or break it. And it shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
Okay, ideally is that we move like a wheel, right? And put it like a pie. Right.
Yeah.
And so what happens if one of pieces of the pie or two or three are just hollow, right? It won't go forward as fast as you think it would.
Yeah.
And so it's that area. That's why my business AMP mindset is win the moment, win your life. It's like we need to live more in the moment.
Yeah.
Those dreams are important. It's our north.
Yep.
They are. But you have to live in your moment.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what is going to give you that peace of mind that you can, you know.
100%.
Yo, Gabby's spitting, y'all. I don't know if you know, but Gabby is
going bar for bar right
dropping
now.
Gems right now.
Okay,
Like,
so now let's switch pace a little bit.
Sure.
This is going to be interesting.
okay.
Because this part of the segment can go any way.
Okay.
Gabby Franco, right now, who's in your top 5 music artists? What is Gabby Franco listening to?
Oh, that's a good one.
Music.
Man, that's hard. That's hard.
Could be anything.
Okay.
I'm going to add on to that, but go ahead. I'll let you. I want to know, because I was thinking about were you listening to any music at the Olympics? Like, is that part of your preparation?
And I'll tell you why this is hard. Okay. Because off the range and on the range, or right before competition, is two different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off the range, I would listen to Metallica, Pearl Jam, Korn, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
But I also listen merengue, salsa.
Yeah.
and during the competition or before that, I will listen Baroque music. Yeah, classical music.
That's
that was
the
my
balance she's speaking about.
You like Baroque music?
that was my thing, and that was my thing. In fact, I had a mini disc thing, you know, actual cool mini disc that you used to record, and I still have it. I'll send you a picture.
Yes,
I'm
please.
sure I need to find it, but I had my Baroque music.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that was my to stay in the moment. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. So it kind of elevates you to a different level, you know.
The intensity of Baroque.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll have to put that on if she sends the picture, we'll drop it in for the people watching.
My favorite thinking music will always be jazz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anytime I have to go into strategy or think what the next 2-3 years, 5 years looks like, I go into jazz.
Yeah.
And I'm just sitting in that jazz. It's like everything else becomes mute.
Yeah.
And I'm able, like, the little people in my brain are like, and I'm like, just thinking.
Yeah.
Just thinking. And so that, you just blew my mind with the Baroque music.
Yeah.
That is
Great
amazing.
question. I'm glad. That's
and
good.
So, like right now, I don't necessarily listen that much, but one thing I'm into a lot is just acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
But they play the acoustic guitar with modern songs, so I enjoy it a lot because you get the classic stuff, but you're like,
it's got to feel right. It's the perfect marriage of both worlds.
That's
Awesome.
Yeah, my mind is just like
Yeah,
right
you
now.
got. I can see when it's pinned. Also.
Yeah. Because she really came out of left field with some of the things
Yeah,
she said, but
for
it's very
sure.
accurate.
Yeah.
I should have known that. Like merengue and salsa,
Yeah, I love from Metallica to merengue. That's
grew up
awesome.
in South Florida.
Yeah,
South
I heard
Florida's
it.
a melting
Yeah.
pot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gabby lived in South Florida for what was it?
13 years.
Really?
Yes,
Yeah.
my Doral.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to 305-954-561.
He's very familiar.
786.
786.
So he's very familiar with the culture of the different aspects and textures
Yeah.
of Latinos and what.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
because you can have, people at rock music or classic
Yeah.
rock, and then merengue, and you're like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
the hips start moving. You cannot, you can't
I
stop.
can't move my hips, but yeah, I can observe people doing it. Yeah. I'm like, oh, no, not working.
And the shift is immediate.
Yeah.
So what's next for you?
Well, I'm, working with my new business, Imp Mindset. I'm already working with athletes,
Yep.
people in corporate.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm working also towards my certification to become a CMPC, which is a Certified Mental Performance Consultant.
Okay.
Out of 400 hours, I'm 3/4.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So then I need to
Yeah. Geez. What's that? The air horn?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
all
all
I've been doing. Is
All right.
to do the test.
Maybe we get some
and-
lighters.
Yeah.
And trying to shift where I'm going to go with this. Like I'm saying,
Sure.
there's so many things I can do. I can work with
Yeah.
athletes. One thing I would love to is law enforcement.
Yeah.
Not necessarily as a firearms instructor. I don't want to be because I don't do tactics or anything
Yeah.
like that. But I would love to work with them in the mental performance with the knowledge I have and tactics.
Yeah.
My limited
Yeah.
knowledge in that area, but mostly shooting and stuff, and elevate that. I do believe in the law enforcement. We have, the elite police officers that go to every class or, are practicing constantly. But then you have, that probably are, I don't know, guessing 10% of the force. And then you have the other big chunk that they don't have that much support, and they doubt themselves. They can barely pass the quals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if I could do it, I would love to elevate that, and
That's
we should. I
beautiful.
think we should elevate that in a way. So
For
would be
everybody,
awesome.
really. We
Yeah.
talk about that.
For the citizens.
Yeah, get out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
for sure.
And for
yeah.
the force itself.
Yeah.
right?
So,
Amen.
anyways, I'm just gauging stuff,
Sure.
how I'm gonna do things. That's why I'm putting a lot of mental performance tips and stuff. Which, again, this is something that you can apply to anything in life,
Yeah.
Anything.
and that's the part I really love
Anything.
about it.
Yeah.
That's all. So where can people find you? Social media or?
Well, they can go to Gabby Franco TS4, like Top Shot 4.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
my handle for Instagram. They can find me on YouTube for GabbyFranco.com. Gabby Franco.
AMP website?
My AMP website is ampmindset.com or GabbyFranco.com.
Okay.
Awesome. And for all of you listening or even watching, please like, share, subscribe. Oh, wait, we missed one. What's your everyday carry?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're on the rap. That was the rap portion. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say one thing. I'll piggyback off that real quick. Just training every day,
Yeah,
for everyone on any level.
Yeah.
Just continue to train and learn, empower yourself. Knowledge is power.
And I think I will always say training every day. I think we have to also be realistic. I think sometimes we nag so much into that. People say, "Oh, I don't train every day. No, I'm not that good or anything like that." But most of the
True.
days, like you miss a whole month, you
Yeah.
miss a whole week. Just pick it up.
Sure.
You know what I
Sure.
mean? Try the best you can to keep training as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because
it.
life gets in the way.
It
you
does.
know,
It does.
Gets in the way.
Life be life, and
Yeah,
sometimes
gotta manage it.
That's
But
it.
yeah, my PDP F series, 9mm.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I knew it would be something good. Yeah.
Yeah, I love my Walther. If you didn't know, I'm gonna leave you like that because we probably need to go. But
Yeah.
that PDP F series
Yeah.
happened because I went and gave a training at the Pennsylvania police, the troopers in Pennsylvania.
Really?
Yes, they were shooting big gun. I think it was a 6-hour Legion or something, 45. And these women, I mean, they were doing the best that they could do with a 45 double
Oh,
stack
Yeah.
handgun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, it was humongous. And I did the training. After I left, or even I guess after the first day or something, I talked to my friends at Walther. I said, "Come on, dude! I can't believe there's no manufacturer that who can make a firearm that can give you the capacity, the like I can interchange magazines,
Sure.
but it's at the same time." Give me a grip that women or
Functionality.
even people, even guys, there are guys who have
Small
medium
hands,
or
Yeah.
small hands can do. Well, I was like ranting, believe it or not. I'm very good friends. The people at
Yeah, of
Walther are
course.
awesome. So I was like ranting. A year later, they sent me an NDA. I'm like, okay, cool. What is this?
Wow.
And they brought me in.
That's
I
awesome.
said, Gabby, you remember that conversation that we had?
We
Boom,
listen.
here it is. So what they did, they reduced the trigger bar, they brought the trigger back. So they did some changes in the gun that didn't change the full, complete
Yeah.
structure.
Yeah.
Use the same magazine, but you still have a gun that it's not like, 7 rounds now, single shot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put a pink on it. So it looks
Yeah.
ladylike or something like that. But yeah, that's
We
part
gotta
of
stop by the booth and look at it.
that's
Yeah.
part of the story of the PDP. And so
Wow.
I'm very proud of, who put that
That's
I
awesome.
put a little bit the seed. I mean, the engineers did everything.
Sure.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But you planted the seed.
But we said, yeah.
Just planted the seed and make it happen and being so successful.
Yeah.
And not only the civilian, but also in the law enforcement field.
Markets,
It's wonderful
yeah.
to see.
That's
Let's go. That's
Yeah, hold on.
it. Yeah, some more horns at the end.
Horns. All right, I think that's a good wrap.
That was
And,
amazing.
folks, it's because two things. Gabby, I know you have to be at the booth here. in a
Yes,
second, right?
yes,
So
I do.
We appreciate you for being on
Yes,
our show.
very much.
You're amazing all around.
Thank you. You guys are
I loved
awesome.
you before. I love you more now.
Yep.
We're happy to connect with you and follow you. on your
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah.
Always rooting for you. You're
Thank
amazing.
you. Same
Yep.
here, guys.
Remember,
You're
guys,
awesome.
like, share, subscribe, buy a firearm, go outside, get your
Yep.
mental health up,
That's
get your
it.
training up, and go be adventurous. Go live in the
Amen.
moment.
Yes.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.